Good afternoon, viewers. We are watching live at Gambian Talent TV, GTTV. I am Kausu Dafe. Um, I am here with a guest regards to Manjai's issue. Currently, we all know the current situation happening at Manjai Park. Mister, before going forward, can you please tell us who you are? Sorry.
My name is Habib Bari. I am a resident of Manjai Kunda, born and raised in Manjai.
Yeah, Habib, you are born and raised in Manjai, and we all notice that currently situations happening at Manjai Mini Stadium. Um, what role are you at Manjai?
Okay, let me say, we are the pressure group that is trying to coordinate to bring, to get the complex back to the hands of the community.
Like, why do you want to bring the complex back to the community?
Okay, the sports committee, they are too comfortable to the extent of wanting to lease the complex to a private individual for a period of 25 years. Instead of contacting the community, they went directly to council to tender their project.
Yeah, as you mentioned that they went directly to the council without consulting you guys. How do you feel when you see that action happen?
That's the reason why we said, okay, now it's enough. We have to take back what belongs to the community, because that complex belongs to the community. As council claims, they are the custodians of the football fields. Manjai ground is an exception, because that football field wasn't just a football field. It was given to the community as a farm, to raise funds for the community. People will leave their farms and then will come there as a community of Manjai Kunda and try to grow crops, and then after selling the yields, they see exactly what to put in for the people of Manjai. Before they change a farm to a football field, they were organizing Noran, because by then Serekunda West was the dominant center when it comes to Nawettan. So Manjai were organizing Norans, and then from Noran, then we came back to the Nawettan.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, we went to the KMC as they are the general they are the general body, I can say it, when it comes to the regional aspects. But we didn't see you guys turn up during that meeting. What was the cause of it?
Okay, for this signing of the MOU. Okay, according to them, they all were signing of an MOU. But one, they gave our councillor a notice of like 2 days. It was on a Monday, and then Tuesday. They gave him the letter notify him on Monday, Tuesday, and then the ceremony was supposed to be held on Wednesday. Okay, and for that MOU, we, the people of Manjai Kunda, we didn't recommend any MOU, because the complex belongs to us. There's nothing like an MOU to be signed. And based on the inputs in that MOU, KMC are identifying themselves not only as custodians, but as owners, and they are willing to work with the sports committee and inviting the World Development Committee as a witness to that signing ceremony.
Well, the time you received your letter from the KMC, like, what was your reaction? Because I guess KMC was, as you mentioned, they are the custodians of all as far as your region is concerned. And I guess, such kind of issues, if it happens, like, as you said, it was so prompt, like, if I could remember, that's what you mentioned.
Yes.
Early. But, later on, what was your reaction towards that?
No, we were not showing up for any MOU signing, because like we are not even agreed to an MOU. What we are requesting from KMC, because these are problems that they inherit. They are elected officials. When they came in, that problem was already there. We were expecting KMC, the members there right now, to be somebody, people with vision, people that can listen and understand actually what was going on, for them to be a solution to the problem. But now they end up being the problem as well, because for them it's about viewing this problem on their party view, because some of the members of that committee are mobilizers for their political parties, and one of them is like the Council of Kolo. Even in Manjai, our council is from UDP, but we threw our party tickets away and come together as a community to get back what belongs to us.
With that regards to that, what to my own knowledge, during that calling, I guess the most important thing is you guys should go and answer so that you can regulate things, so that you can continue your Nawettan process or other stuffs regards to that Manjai thing. I think it's more convincing than like just ignoring it like that. But although you said the letter was prompt, but later on maybe you can also do some things regards to that, so that things will be at least in the same lane. So in order for you guys to understand each other. But you sitting at home without answering to KMC, like, do you think it will help?
No, it's not about helping. We have been going to KMC for this issue since in October. So if they can just write a letter to notify us like 2 days, saying, okay, there's an MOU signing ceremony for you people to come and attend, and at the same time, I mean, you are not even part of the MOU, you are just going to be witnesses to that MOU, then why should we even waste our time coming to join them?
Why do you say like you are just wasting your time going to answer them?
What we're asking from KMC is to give back, the total management of the complex back to the people of Manjai Kunda. But for them, what they are saying is like the people of Manjai Kunda against sports. If at all we were against sports, that football field wouldn't be there to date. Because that land was once sold by the former alcalde, not the present, but the former alcalde once sold that land. But the community of Manjai, they stood against that. Today, then Buba Balde, late Buba Balde, was the Minister of Youth and Sports. He was the one, who makes sure, the people of Manjai get that complex back. And from a community money is what we used and fenced that football field before Father Wolf came in. And Father Wolf came in as a philanthropist, not, to help any individual to develop profits from it also. He did that project for the community of Manjai Kunda. So if council want to claim now they are the not only custodians, because like when we say a custodian is that someone who oversees. But if they say like now they owns the park and they are going to work with the sports committee, let call it even sport committee, would be an insult to our intelligence. It's a Nawettan committee. Because they are there only during the Nawettan. And we were organizing Nawettan way back before these people even joined us. We are organizing our Nawettan. So we are not against sports. But the fact of the matter, the Nawettan committee to manage our complex, those days are gone. It's been 10 years. There was an MOU made by council in 2015, like in every year, the 30% of the revenue from that complex will be handed back to the community of Manjai. But since 2015 to date, not even a butut is given back to the community of Manjai.
So within that 10 years duration, like since 2015 up to date, like what were your reactions towards that? Because it's an agreement.
Okay, even in that agreement, the youth body that was managing the complex, they didn't agree to sign that MOU. But the councillor did, put his signature on paper, then the agreement should hold. But we didn't push any further because our teams are there playing, it's about the Nawettan and we go in. So for them, it's about only Nawettan and Nawettan committee managing the entire sports complex. Manjai is not like Serekunda is, or Serekunda West, or Bakau. We have another extra football field, that's the Fadagov complex, because for them, like the Nawettan committee, I had them saying, calling the entire football field the Fadagov complex. No. The Fadagov complex is just a small portion of that football field. It's where the artificial turf is. That's the place we call the Fadagov complex. The other side, when you put the basket lawn and the gym, the office together, then you have the Manjai Kunda sports complex. The Fadagov is just a small portion.
So what is currently what is the general name of that complex?
Is the Manjai Kunda football field.
That stands.
Yeah.
Like with all this push and pull misunderstanding between you and the KMC and the sport committees, something like that. Like do you consult the authorities, like those who are handling this kind of issues, the places like National Sport Council and the other sport
yes, they
fraternities?
They receive letters from the VDC. The VDC is writing to them directly.
The National Sport Council?
Yes. They write to ministry and then copy to National
What
Sport
was the letter about?
It's about the current situation going on. Like, we need our management back in our hands.
Did they do any response to that letter, or when did they write that letter?
It's about months ago now.
Any response from the Sport Council?
I mean, they are yet to respond. Not the Sports Council, a copied letter. A letter that was written to, the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Youth and Sport, yeah.
That was a copy sent to National Sport Council to notify them.
Okay. So still now we didn't get any feedback from them.
Not yet.
And no follow up still now.
But what we know, as of now, there was a call from the current governor. He called, the VDC. They have a meeting, and then he promised to invite the sports committee the following day to hear from them. But yet still, we don't know what the results are as of now.
Then what are your current standings? Because you also mentioned something here, and you wrote a letter to the senior authorities. They didn't give feedbacks, and you are not doing the follow-up. Like, what are your current standings
No,
now?
I didn't say we are not doing follow-ups. I said, the governor called the VDC. That's based on the follow-up. Because of, his communication is based on the letter that was sent.
But I think you said the letter was sent since last month.
Yeah.
But still now you didn't do any.
No, because for them they are waiting for the outcome coming from council.
But 1 month, I think to me 1 month is very far.
No, because still there is nothing from council yet, so they cannot react.
And currently we are in the Nawettan eras. So what are your stance? Because currently teams are preparing, the zones are preparing for their Nawettans. Because so current situation of Manjai, what do you feel? Or do you think the Nawettan will hold with this kind of situation?
No, there is no Nawettan in Manjai. We already told the teams. If you give your money to the sports committee, you are wasting your time. It's either we are giving back our complex, we manage our complex, or we turn it to a farm. But there will be no Nawettan going on this year in that complex unless we get our management back.
With that, hope you think it will help Manjai football?
No, this is not about helping Manjai football. It's the community that came before the football teams.
Yeah, I understand what you are mentioning here, and it's very important. But what I'm also trying to emphasize is like there's no football as far as these issues are concerned. Like hope it will help the teams of Manjai. Like, because every community will love to see your team or your Nawettan team is playing at the same ground. So Manjai, there's no Nawettan. So the Nawettan teams at Manjai, like, how will you feel they will be?
No, the teams in Manjai, they are definitely are with us, because they want to see the management of complex is back to the people of Manjai. It's not only about their interest of kicking that ball during Nawettan. We all know why we create Nawettans. If they are ready, let them go to divisionals and compete.
Yeah, before going to division.
No, we have the third divisions here. We have the second division. We have the fourth divisions, and interested people are creating academies to come. But most of these Nawettan are campe teams.
Yeah, but sometimes it's very important.
You have few community teams.
Yeah.
It's just like keeping the people busy during the rainy season.
Rainy season, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the issue of Nawettan.
And mind you, some people like they don't focus divisionals much, as you are mentioning. It's very important because the divisionals are the high level of football in the Gambia.
Yes.
But some people, they don't focus much on divisionals because you will have some villages, or some places there will be no divisional team around that ends. So obviously the things or the football they will focus on is the Nawettan. So currently, if there is no Nawettan in Manjai, like what will you guys feel?
Absolutely nothing. The corona was here. 3 years there was no Nawettan.
That one is an emergency.
No,
issue.
it wasn't. This more. So to us, we consider this as an emergency. More of that of the corona.
Yeah, but this one I don't.
Because people were going to market during the corona.
Yeah.
Yes, and they stopped soccer, so it was just kind of confusion that they put in the minds of the people.
Yeah.
But for this time around, we made it clear to the football teams, and we made it clear to the authorities. The issue is, give us back our management, right? Or else there will be no Nawettan. So if they take that lightly and they are going on with their qualifier rounds, it's up to them. People like me and others, we are there. We don't mind whether we go to jail. We don't mind whether we are killed on the process. But we are so like that management is coming back to the people of Manjai. I wish, you see the inventory that was made in 2015, and then you go and see the current situation of that complex. For them, it's all about growing grass. It's not about the grass. The artificial turf is not working anymore.
But I
the
think-
lights are not working.
Okay.
And all that damage was under them, under their poor management.
Under who?
This current sports Nawettan committee, because I will not call them a sports committee, it's a Nawettan committee. This current Nawettan committee. The artificial turf is not working. The gym is not working. The offices are not working. So for them, it's all about growing grass. Because those, the perimeter fence that they are claiming, that's from GFF, not them, actually. It wasn't them. It was GFF who put those, perimeter fence there. They remove what we put there and put their own perimeter fence for more security. So,
Okay, like coming back to the these issues, like for your own personal thinking, what will be your general advice, like technically, to make sure and put things in one basket in order to solve this matter and continue your football, as far
Solve
as
the issue.
Manjai is concerned?
giving back the management to the people of Manjai Kunda, we will consider Nawettan being played this day. But if they insist on saying it's sports that should manage sports complex, then we are telling them that there is no sporting activity taking place in that complex. That's a promise we made.
Yeah, giving back the pitch to the community. Like, I mentioned earlier that the authorities, we have senior authorities. Like, you also, like, you have to still make sure that and do the follow-up so that in order to reach to the authorities to regulate things. I think it's better than like sitting and saying that
No,
we need our...
we are not sitting.
Yeah,
because if at all
what you
we are
were-
sitting,
Mm.
the deputy commissioner wouldn't take that bold stand to close that football field.
Yeah, you know,
Because what he did, I will commend him for that, for knowing his job as a security personnel to keep the peace in the country. Because on that day, anybody we met on that complex, if we ask you to leave and you didn't leave, we will make sure that you will leave, either with your life or you are dead, but you will leave.
that's why I mentioned
So
that you
then
have to...
he interfered and closed the complex on that day. We had, the sports committee saying like he's biased because he's living in Manjai and stuff. No. Him living in Manjai has nothing to do with taking that bold action to close that complex. It has nothing to do with him living in Manjai Kunda. He did that for, security purposes.
Yeah.
And we, the people of Manjai, will commend him for that because, like, on that day, it would have been something different in the country.
Yeah, that's why the KM people call you guys to come and regulate things and sign with an agreement and sign the
No.
MOU.
KM didn't call us. They
What?
said we come and be witness to the sign of the MOU between them and the Nawettan committee. KMC, they are tax collectors. Let
Yeah.
them come and collect tax from us if they want to collect tax.
But
But
sometimes-
saying like, they are the ones to decide who is managing our complex. The issue is, Manjai, the people of Manjai, we have this body called MIDA, it's a youth body,
Yeah.
the Manjai Youth Development Association.
Development Association, yeah.
It was responsible for organizing the Nawettans. It was responsible for managing the sports complex as well. Right? In 2013, we went on a congress and then there was a resolution people presented. Like, okay, now what we need to do, we need to separate sports from MIDA. We make sports to be autonomous. But the chairman, the assistant secretary, and the assistant treasurer will be elected by the delegates of Manjai. And they will invite people from the surroundings to join them and they form the sports committee. But in every Nawettan season, they will pay 50,000 to MIDA as the manager of the complex. That fee is for maintenance and upgrading the football field.
Okay.
They respected that agreement. They paid in the first year, the second year, and the third year they refused to pay. And then MIDA decided to close the complex. They wrote to National Sports Council and then to KMC. Yankuba Koli was the mayor, late Yankuba Koli. They went to KMC and telling Yankuba Koli, the people of PDYS are the ones creating problem in that complex. Okay, they arrested those members of MIDA who were on the ground and took them to the station. They took the keys from them and handed it to our councillor. And then for him, he took the keys and then gave it to Malang Dabo as the then sports chairman. And then he went back and opened the field and they continued with the Nawettan. MIDA have tried to push in all ways to get to maintain the management of the complex, but they turned a blind eye to it. What they did, they came with an inventory. They went around, right, what's in there, everything. Okay, sign, put it down, make an MOU on, okay, when the sports complex every year, anything they generate, they will make sure 30% giving back to the community of Manjai. But they never did that. That was the time they started inviting teams to be voting for, committee members. Before, teams were always sending ambassadors as team reps. We communicate to the teams via their reps. And what's between us and them is, what's at stake, that's the tournament, and the rules and regulations prepared to govern the tournament. Everything regarding the complex was under the people of Manjai. That's why you have teams like Samga, we are using that ground for training. Real de Banjul, their team B was using that ground for training. Marimo, FC, we are using that ground for training as well. Schools will come there for their inter-houses. Even the launching of XXL was held in that place. So that's where the problem lies.
That's what I am trying to emphasize on. Like all those stuffs were happening, and currently there is a misunderstanding between you guys and other parties. Like the most important thing is you have to at least technically put things together. As far as the authorities are there, you have to technically put things together in order to make sure this kind of events will not stay out. I think it's very important, and it will be very helpful for the grassroots people, especially the sport lovers.
When you say the sports lovers, we have so many things that comprise of sports.
Yeah.
Like just say for the football lovers or the Nawettan lovers, because some people they only love the Nawettan, the ambience in Nawettan.
Yeah.
If they love football, they will follow the league as well. But the ambience with the Nawettan is what they keep the focus on. For us, it's not about actually the focus. We don't have problem with investors. If anybody want to come and invest, come to the community of Manjai, because that complex belongs to the Manjai community. So people elected through elections and stuff, those people are there to be changed possibly, right? But the people of Manjai, it will continue to, it will continue. It's a process that will continue because it's a community. If I travel or I die or so, they are still people of Manjai Kunda. So any investor that is interested in coming in to invest, you can come and consult the people of Manjai. But you cannot come and consult a Nawettan committee who don't even have the mandate to manage that complex. They don't even have the mandate. Their duty is to come and organize Nawettan and leave, but not to manage the complex, because that destruction happens because they don't have a love for that complex, because it doesn't belong to their communities. And if KMC, as they claim to be the custodians, we were all here when the community football field, the football field just behind SOS, was sold to a real estate company. Now they name it Albarca Estate. KMC were here as custodians. National Sports Council was here. Ministry of Youth and Sports were here. But they all turned a blind eye when the community football field was sold. Right? And for the guy that wanted to invest in Manjai, the reason why we all came up is Hamza Bari. The football field that he usually trained is still an empty land. It's a football field. People use it for training purposes. If he want to invest, let him go and invest there. Manjai has already been established. Manjai has already been established. And we were doing fine and well until that misunderstanding came, because we invited ungrateful people within ourselves. But now what we are trying to tell the authorities is we already wrote to them. If they are interested to know what's transpired, it's in the letters. Everything is being explained. So if they want to know about inventory, let them come and survey and see if at all these people deserve to organize Nawettan or they deserve to be in jail. They will make the choice. I'm 100% sure.
You made mention something here, like the park is not belong to the communities. I don't know, something like that. Like what do you mean by that?
They don't live in Manjai. They are not born, and some of them are living in Bakote. Some are from Banjul. Some are from Bakau. Some are from Kololi. Some are even from Kirsering. So Kololi, they have their own football field. Kotu, they have their own football field. Bakote, they have 4 football fields as of now. If they can really organize Nawettan, let them just go back to their community, organize Nawettan like we the people of Manjai we are doing. That's what exactly what we did until GFF recognized as a zone. GFF doesn't recognize Manjai as a zone because we, invited people who are were elected by their teams to be, part of the sports committee. No. Even the sponsorship that we have from QCell as well, it was only the people of Manjai. So, what are they trying to say? Like, we cannot organize. That's not true.
Yeah, but previously I used to show like your sport this thing. They used to name it after so they used to name it MBK Manjai. I think Manjai Bakote Kololi.
Oh, that's
So
neck
what-
off. No,
yeah.
that's for the neck off.
Okay.
The MBK was for the neck off.
Mhm.
Yes. Because Manjai alone couldn't produce all the the youths they needed for the neck off. Kololi alone was not able to produce those youths they needed for the neck off, and Bakote alone was not there to produce the youths they needed for neck off. So then they bring those three together and call them the MBK. It's not the Manjai zone or so. No, that was the MBK was purposely for the neck offs.
But last time I was at the MOU signing ground at KM. Some were saying that the Manjai Park is in Kololi. Some were saying that it's in Manjai. Like, what is your knowledge about that?
Oh, when they say the football field is in Kololi, people like me will have to laugh. Because the peg between Manjai and Kololi is still there, just at Apple Tree, before you reach Tavern. The peg, that divided Manjai and Kololi is still there. Kotu was, established by Yaya Sisi, former Minister of Lands during the Jawahar's regime. He established Kotu around 1993. It was, the farms of the community that belongs to the people of who were living in the community. They took them, and give those lands to, let me say, government officials or so, but they never compensated the people of Manjai. So Kotu, they don't have an Alkalu, Kotu don't have a Kotu. Part of Kotu will share their councillor with Kololi, and the other part of Kotu will share their councillor with Manjai. So Kotu, for us, we don't even consider Kotu that much.
So
We just see it as our farms.
if you said Kotu doesn't have an alcalo, meaning Kotu is standing by itself, like
No. Part of Kotu is answerable to Kololi.
Kololi.
The other part is answerable to Manjai.
Meaning Kotu is in neutral.
Kotu, yes. West Coast, around West Coast and the police station, that end, they are answerable to Kololi. The other side, where the fire service is, coming down, is answerable to Manjai. To the Alcalá of Manjai and to the Council of Manjai Kunda. So,
And the Bakote also, they were also claiming that they have a power at the ground here. So,
Bakote, they cannot even protect a football field that was theirs, a community football field, which we torn to, made it to Albarca Estate. They cannot even protect that. How can they come to Manjai and protect what belongs to Manjai? We protected that place. The people of Manjai protected it because it was sold. But the people of Manjai made so it was given back to the people of Manjai. And when Jame donated $1,000 to one of the elders of Manjai Kunda, he said, okay, he donated this money. Okay, I will take it to the community. They organized a meeting and said, okay, this $1,000 was donated to me, but now I bring this money here for the community. What are we going to do with it? They said, okay, now that space will leave for a football field. Let's use this money and make a fence, at least to secure it, to avoid, somebody trying to cut it and sell it. So that's how the fencing of the football field came.
okay, like we go back again to the this issue that is currently happening happening at Manjai field. The field is closed, and I noticed that qualifiers games are playing currently at Bakote football field.
No, if they want, they can go up to Pluto and play their qualifiers. We don't have a problem where they play their qualifiers. What we are saying is nobody's going to kick a ball for Nawettan or qualifiers in that Manjai Kunda complex.
And
This is what we are clear.
in that qualification. Any competition there must be a name. Like, what name are they using now?
They are using Manjai.
And what are your actions towards that as a
That's-
Manjaians?
No, that's their problem. If they call themselves the Manjai Sports Committee or the Manjai Nawettan Committee, that's up to them because they were playing in the Manjai Kunda Football Complex, a complex that belongs to the community of Manjai. So now, if they desire to play their qualifiers anywhere, as far as they are not playing in Manjai, there is peace.
And they are using your name.
That's their problem. Because the Nawettan was initiated by the people of Manjai and been managed by people of Manjai until it becomes a zone. But what they are claiming, like teams should have voting rights to vote for communities because of the sport act. That sport act will only work in the divisionals. Because Nawettan is for the community, is for community right? A community can just come together and then organize it. A community can just come together and organize, NORAN. It's just like a kind of, fundraising for a community. That's the purpose of Nawettan. So for them, if they see, anything extra in it to build their careers as coaches or football managers and stuff like that, that's up to them. But what we know, when it comes to Nawettan, it's for a community to use it and raise funds. The funds generated from it, okay, part will be used to manage or maintain the place that they organize Nawettan, but the rest of the money can be put into somewhere. That's the purpose of Nawettan.
Yeah, after the Nawettan also, zonals competitions used to play, KM zonals, West Coast, Banjul, and other zones. Like Manjai zonals team used to participate. So with this current situation, as you mentioned that you guys are not holding any Nawettan currently, like when zonals come, will you participate?
Let GFF even take the zone out. We are not even interested. Let them take the zone out.
Will that help you guys?
What will it stop? It won't stop anything. We were having, our sponsors before we became a zone. We didn't have our sponsors because we were a zone. GFF gave us that zone because it was their personal interest, not us.
But players are playing there, and those players, some teams are scouting players from them. So if the players are not playing there, like how do you feel? Like will they have another opportunity to play?
Scouts players can be scouted even at the ground. Because we won Musa, his friend, in Belarus, if I'm right, and he was scouted, from Marimo's training ground. So what's wrong with it?
That one is not like
No, like the entertainment in the zonals. Okay, for me at first, what I saw the zonals, I thought, okay, GFF will use this. We'll use the zonals to develop it as the divisionals because it pulls crowd. Because the problem with the divisional is like teams are owned by individuals, right? Not community owned. So that's a problem. Because you can see with Birkama United, the kind of crowd they produce and stuff like that is different from other teams.
But so, why they are organizing this zonals thing on the northern teams is to give opportunity to those who are not playing the divisionals, like those who don't have chance to play the divisionals, so that they can also showcase their talents to play Nawettan in order to play in the zonals, so that at least they can see themselves at somewhere else upper than the current Nawettan they were playing.
No,
they are playing.
If scouts are serious enough, they can just scout from Nawettan. The zonals doesn't exist anymore.
That's what I'm talking about. Like if the Nawettan is not happening, hope those
even
young players will have their opportunities.
Even last year there was no zonals. There's no more zonals.
Yeah, the regional zonals, the KM zonals, West Coast zonals is still playing.
What I'm trying to say, if they want to proceed, let them focus on the third division, the second division, and the first division. The Nawettan is just to keep the people together when school is closed, to avoid them jumping around, creating views.
But sometimes gives chance to the other young players in order for them to be.
Yes, because you give them the chance to focus on something. That's the purpose of Nawettan. A community can just come together, organize a Nawettan to keep the children focused, and then at least raise funds through that. That's the purpose of Nawettan.
But it's very important also because some of these young players are direct from the Nawettan to the zonals, divisionals.
Yes.
So obviously, if you are not playing Nawettan, hope those young players will have the opportunity to play for the divisional teams.
For me, what you are trying to consider here, for me, I didn't consider, because in every Nawettan zone that you went to, you will see they will have a all hand team. So then it shows you still that entertainment. I'm trying to tell you here.
Yeah, I understand.
The Nawettan is still a joke. Not a place to scout talents like you are trying to put it. Because in any serious football, there's nothing like all hands. I don't mind the all hands, creating their own tournaments and stuff like that. But mixing with, youngsters who are there trying to, expose themselves, then it's normal business. It's normal business.
Okay, finally, what is the reaction of GFF as far as they are the football governing body in this country regards to this issue? Because I just any kind of issues regards associated with the football, especially such kind of issues, they should also be in picture so that they can regulate it. As you mentioned, KMC is not a football body; it's just they are tax collectors and the other stuffs. But GFF is the regulatory body as far as football is concerned. Did you guys put GFF in picture, or did they do any reaction regards to this issue? since the commencement of this matter?
Okay, based on my, knowledge, we haven't, consulted them. But the moment we consulted, the Minister of Youth and Sports, then I think we on the right channel. And for them, like they know, GFF is the footballing body in the Gambia here. But who is managing the stadium? Is it GFF?
It's not GFF, but
is it National Sports Council?
Manjai is under GFF because they are recommended.
Wait. What I'm saying to say, GFF is the footballing body in the Gambia.
Yeah.
Are they the one managing Independence Stadium?
No.
Is the National Sports Council managing the stadium?
We are talking about
not national. No. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, okay, let's say the people of Manjai cannot manage the football complex because it's a footballing center.
Yeah.
So that's why the people of Manjai cannot manage it. But those whom you know, they have only 3 months to play Nawettan. Only 3 months can manage that complex, a complex that belongs to the community. Right? Okay. Then GFF should be the body responsible for managing the Independence Stadium.
Yeah, I know, but this is different thing because Manjai is a form of it's a community, and Independence Stadium is a national stadium. And the issue is, if you have an issue as a community,
that's exactly where the problem lies.
Yeah,
you see, when you bring, many communities together. When we bring so many communities together, we call it what? National. So then, a single community with their own property, so they cannot manage it. How?
The issue is what I'm trying to say, like
the Manjai football field is not like Serekunda West. The Manjai football field is not like Serekunda East, because like for Serekunda East, you can clearly see it's a government reserve land that they turned into a football field.
Yeah.
You have the buffer zone, then the highway, you have the football field, the garage, the police station, the school, the market behind, up to the mango garden in Sukuta.
Yeah,
it was a government reserve land.
Yeah.
They desire to demarcate anyhow.
Yeah,
but for the Manjai football field, it's something different.
What I'm trying to say is like any activity you have ahead in front, either it's your own or like someone's own, but you have to follow the right channel. As far as they are part of they are under GFF. Understand? Every issue you have, you must consult them with due respect. I think that is.
For us, this is not about the problem. Is not about football.
Yeah, I understand.
The problem is about managing our complex. So then GFF, wouldn't be considered that much. Wait. It's not about. This is not about football. It's about getting our management back into our hands, because we have seen the destruction done by these people. Because I had that guy, in his interview saying like, no, if you see the grass, when you grow grass for 21 days, you water it clearly, people will see the grass. Are we talking about that grass? No. Go and see the artificial turf. Where is the gym? Go and see those offices. They bring, a contractor because they were expecting funds from the GFF, to increase the budget. They did a lot of destruction in those offices because they bring someone to remove all those floor tiles so that GFF will give them more money, more subvention, and that didn't happen. So it's stuck.
Yeah, I understand the point you are talking about, but the issue is like what I am telling you, what I am trying to tell you in order for you to understand is like anything you see, you have a leader. That's why KMC even involved as the head of the region. Understand? It's not that they are not they are interfering because of they are not the football body and they are interfering, something like that, like what you were mentioning here. But they are interfering because they are the head of the region.
No, so these people. Let me tell you one thing. I'll make this clear. They are trying to politicize what we are not politicizing, right? The issue is they inherited this problem. They didn't create the problem. But the reason why we stood up to get back our complex, they are part of it. Because when that project was tendered to them, the Hamza project, when it was tendered to council, they invited their councillors to discuss, their development committees to discuss them. Then our councillors saw it and said, nah, don't worry, this is not going. He came back to us and told us, so we said, okay, these people are too comfortable because like we just come and play in Nawettan and we leave. We don't care about what they are doing here. So it's the reason why they have the guts to invite a private investor to go to council to see if they can secure it. So if at all we didn't stood up, what do we expect? Leasing a community property for 25 years by some people who are not even natives of Manjai. How? We had Mansala saying it. He said if at all it was in his area, Mansala at KMC. If I said it was in his area, as of now it's blood everywhere. He said it. So, and for us we didn't see blood yet. because we are still trying to apply, that diplomacy.
Yeah, that's
Closing
what I'm
the
trying
field.
to exercise.
No,
Yeah.
closing the field is just a catalyst to the process. But if nothing changes, then let them forget about playing Nawettan in Manjai. It won't happen.
I think the most important thing is you still follow the right channel so that you can negotiate things in order to level things and go forward and
we
proceed
invite
to your normal activities.
We notified all those who are to be notified.
Yeah, still now you can still on because
Now we are
still,
waiting on them. Because we already sent them the message. So now they are the ones to reply to the message.
yeah, you can also do the consistent follow-ups as far as is your zone and is your interest.
No.
also.
Now it's not for us to be pushing also.
So you can do
We
that for the
already-
sake
no,
of the
no.
teams and
No.
the young people who are playing the.
Come on, don't put the teams in this picture because we have football teams. Like Darussalam is a football team in Manjai. The Manjai Sanchaba is a football team in Manjai. Jenbi, that's former Marimo. Marimo is in the divisionals now. Their team Jenbi
Yeah.
is still in the Nawettan. Ajax is a Manjai team in Nawettan. Mountain Bee is a Manjai team in Manjai. Under 15, they are all teams from Manjai, but they all have to sit and listen.
Yeah,
So
that's
teams coming from Bohol or Kololi, it's not our problem. If they want, let them tell their people in their community to organize them in their own football fields. Because Kololi, they have their football field in Spryba. Backwater, they have 4 football fields. It was 5 until that one was taken away from them.
But I think Manjai is the most recommended pitch.
No,
Yeah.
because we, the people of Manjai, make it to be recommended.
That's
So
why I
let-
said you, the people of
So
Manjai.
if they can manage Manjai, let them go back to their communities and do exactly what we did in our community. How can the Senegalese come from Senegal and come to Gambia and rule us? It won't happen.
Why do you say they want to rule you?
To the extent of, trying to negotiate a contract on our complex without involving the people of Manjai. They want to rule us.
That's why I mentioned the KM people there. You have to at least still go to them and
No,
negotiate things.
KM already, made their decision clear. They are not dealing with the people of Manjai. They are inviting the WDC, that's the World Development Committee, to be witness to a MOU signing ceremony between them and the Nawettan Committee. They already made up their mind. So, for us, as far as the field is closed, we don't care. Who is going to open that football field? It's only the people of Manjai. Nobody's going to try it. Because if you try it, the field already separates itself. One side is bigger, the other is small. The Muslim community is bigger than the Christian community. So one side can be used for the graveyard for the Muslim community, and the other side will be used for the graveyard of the Christian community. Our graveyards are full. It's our land, so we do what we choose.
Okay, Mr. Habibu, thank you very much. Finally, what is your advice to the general public, as far as you are representing the Manjai people here, and what is your advice technically towards the entire Manjai, not the committees or the Manjai VDC or KMC or the stuffs or GFF itself? What is your final advice towards the Gambian football?
Okay, when it comes to the issue, I will put it through. If they give back the management of the complex back to the people of Manjai, then we will see, how best then we will talk about Nawettan. And for those living in Manjai, what we're just trying to tell them is anytime when we call people to come out to attend anything that we are trying to do to gain that complex back in our hands, they should come out in their numbers. Yes, and for the for council, what we are trying to tell them with the Minister of Youth and Sports and then of lands, let them come with the police. We give them the inventory and the MOU that was signed, and they go through through the complex and see for themselves to have first information actually what's transpired, to see whether these people they qualified to manage that complex or they qualified to be in jail. Thank you.
This what you are mentioning, be in jail. I don't think it should be something that you should exercise it here, because I think you have to take things at least technically in order to regulate things. But anyway, thank you very much for your comment. We really appreciate it. Viewers, just to remind you that you are watching GTTV Gambian Talent. I am your host Kausu Dafe. Together with Mr. Habibu from Manjai. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah.